The next follow-up question is to be asked by the Honorable Shivambu.
No, thanks, House Chair. You're speaking about climate change commitments, Minister. What is the current levels of carbon emissions by South Africa and where are we supposed to be? And taking into account that we're busy constructing 2 major power stations that are going to be burning fossil fuels. Where are we now in terms of carbon emissions and where are we supposed to be? That is the straightforward question.
Honorable Minister.
I don't want to venture into numbers out of hand, but I will give you the answer, Floyd. I'm going to give you the answer.
Order, honorable members. Honorable Minister, let's refer to one another as honorable.
Honorable Floyd. Okay, Honorable Floyd. And let me give you the answer. I don't want to throw numbers and do thumb sucking, but what I can refer you to is that take into account that one, renewable energy, for example, was at 0 at point X. It is supplying 2.4% of the energy now. 2, you must know that there is a published schedule of decommissioning of a number of coal power stations. And that actually talks to the program of adapting to the commitments that we've made. But as we do that, before we throw numbers around, we are making the point that says, listen, if there is a possibility, just transition should not just be cooperatives and reskilling in areas. Because if you close Hendrina Power Station today, you will reduce the capacity of optimum. And Hendrina Town will be a ghost town immediately. As we move towards that decommissioning, we say develop alternative technologies to address the development of that community and not allow it to collapse.
The next follow-up question is to be asked by the Honorable Milam.
Chair, on a point of order.
What's the point of order, Honourable
The Minister is
Member?
not responding to the question that I've asked. Do we have an obligation to reduce carbon emissions or to increase them? What level are we going up or going down? That is the straightforward question.
Honourable Member.
If you do not know as a Minister of Minerals
Honourable
and Energy,
Member,
then
please
we are
take your
responsible.
seat. Honourable Member, please take your seat. We want to move on with the question session. Honourable Milam.
Thank you, House Chair. Minister, recent scientific reports have conclusively shown that Mpumalanga has the highest nitrogen dioxide levels on Earth and the second highest sulfur dioxide levels. This is primarily because of the significant pollution emitted by Eskom's coal-fired power stations. Renewable energy has a major role to play in cleaning up our atmosphere. Now that the IRP has been published and that you yourself admit that there is a supply gap in the provision of electricity, will you inform this House exactly when you intend opening the next bid window for renewable energy independent power producers?
The Honourable Minister.
I get worried when MPs get surprised by things that they are aware of. All the power stations in Mpumalanga, have been around. We have 16 coal generating power stations in the country. So they are there. So pollution by those power stations cannot take us by surprise. That's why it is important that it is not coal or renewables. The commitment is at reducing carbon emissions and other emissions from high emissions to low emissions. That process is going to be a process, not an event. That's why we talk of a just transition. So window 5, if you want a date for that, no, because you are not an MP, you are a lobbyist. Now, I can't deal with a lobbyist in Parliament.
On a point of order.
On a point of order, Chair.
Why are you rising? Honourable Minister, will you just take your seat, please?
That's it.
Take your seat, please. Why are you rising, honourable member?
Sir,
Order.
it imputes improper motives on the Honourable Milam to suggest that he is a lobbyist and not an honourable member of this House.
Honourable Minister, will you withdraw that remark, please?
Lobbying is an activity of promoting
Honourable Minister,
something.
just withdraw the remark, please.
You want me to withdraw that?
Yes, please.
Okay, fine, you get it.
Thank you.
But
Thank you, Honourable Minister. The next follow-up question, order. The next follow-up question.
Chairperson,
Why are you rising, honourable member?
can the minister just say if they are opening up
No, honourable member,
for
take your seat.
IPPs or not?
Please take your seat.
It's an important.
Honourable member, please take your seat. We've gone past that question now.
House Chair.
Why are you rising, honourable member?
House Chair, my question was very simple. It was, when will the next window open?
Well, honourable member, the minister has replied.
The minister's Mantashing again, Chair.
Honourable member, you must order. Honourable members, you must also keep in mind that your questions must be clearly linked to the original question that is there.